Hello and welcome to Snaply, the channel where mysteries come alive, history speaks, and secrets long hidden are finally brought into the light. Today we are diving deep into two fascinating realms of mystery. First, into the shadowy world of government secrets and unsolved cases that have captured the public's imagination for decades, and then into the heart of our natural heritage as we explore the lost legends and hidden narratives of our national parks. We will journey through declassified documents, expert interviews, and first-hand accounts of extraordinary events. We'll look at the mysteries of places like Area 51, the infamous Roswell Incident, and the baffling disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. Later, we will uncover secret histories and indigenous legends from the great national parks that dot our landscape, tales that blend natural science with myth and tradition. So sit back, relax, and prepare to step into a world where the lines between fact and legend blur. Introduction to government secrets. In the annals of modern history, there have always been events and places that evoke a shiver down the spine, a sense that some knowledge is being deliberately kept hidden from the public. Today, we explore three of the most famous cases that continue to puzzle researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. The highly secretive military base known as Area 51, the baffling events surrounding the Roswell Incident, and the still unsolved disappearance of the notorious labor leader Jimmy Hoffa. For decades, these cases have been shrouded in mystery. Declassified documents, leaked memos, and candid interviews with former insiders have provided tantalizing clues, yet the full truth remains elusive. In this first section, we will dissect each of these cases in detail, examining the historical context, the evidence that has emerged over time, and the theories that attempt to explain these puzzles. The epicenter of alien conspiracies. Area 51 is a remote detachment of Edwards Air Force Base, nestled in the Nevada desert. Officially known as Groom Lake, this facility has long been the subject of government secrecy. Its existence was not even acknowledged by the United States government for decades. In fact, for a long time, the mere mention of Area 51 would evoke images of extraterrestrial technology, secret experiments, and advanced aircraft testing. The base was established in the 1950s during the height of the Cold War. At that time, the US military was engaged in an intense technological arms race with the Soviet Union. The need for a secure location where experimental aircraft could be tested away from prying eyes led to the creation of Area 51. This remote desert region provided the perfect cover. However, as experimental projects became more sensitive and the need for secrecy grew, so too did the rumors. Over the years, several documents have been declassified that shed light on the kinds of projects that were undertaken at Area 51. Amongst these are documents discussing the testing of the U-2 spy plane and later the SR-71 Blackbird. These aircraft were among the most advanced pieces of technology of their time, and their development required a level of secrecy that bordered on the impenetrable. In the 1990s, a series of Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) requests finally forced the government to acknowledge Area 51's existence. Although much of the information remains classified, the documents that were released confirmed that the base was indeed used for experimental flight testing. But with this partial unveiling came a flood of additional questions. What other projects were hidden behind the veil of secrecy? Did these projects involve technology far beyond the capabilities of conventional engineering? And could any of these secrets have an extraterrestrial origin? Former employees have spoken in hushed tones about the strange occurrences on base. One retired technician recalled a night shift where he witnessed lights that seemed to dance across the desert sky, a phenomenon he could not explain. Another engineer hinted at projects that were out of this world, though he would not say more. These personal testimonies, while anecdotal, add another layer of mystery to Area 51. Theories and popular culture impact. Area 51 has transcended its military origins to become a staple in popular culture. Movies, television shows, and books have built entire mythologies around this secretive facility. One of the most persistent theories is that the US government recovered an alien spacecraft from an incident, possibly even from Roswell, and brought it to Area 51 for reverse engineering. Conspiracy theorists argue that the government is hiding proof of extraterrestrial life. They point to unusual patterns in the declassified documents and the bizarre behavior of some former insiders as evidence that something truly extraordinary was happening at the base. Skeptics, however, maintain that all of these phenomena can be explained by the extraordinary experimental technology developed during the Cold War era. Regardless of which side you lean toward, Area 51 remains a symbol of the hidden depths of government secrecy, expert interviews, and deeper insights. To understand the full picture, we need to turn to experts. Historians who have studied Cold War aviation note that the US government's extreme secrecy was not unusual for its time. One leading aviation historian explains that the U-2 program, for instance, was so top secret that even many high-ranking officials were not aware of its existence until years later. Another expert, a retired Air Force officer, shares that Area 51 was simply a convenient cover for projects that required the utmost discretion. When you're dealing with technology that pushes the envelope of what's possible, secrecy is a given, he explains. Such insights remind us that sometimes the mystery isn't due to an alien conspiracy at all, but rather the extreme caution of a government at war with itself on the technological frontier. What lies beneath the desert sky? As we peel back the layers of secrecy, Area 51 continues to captivate the imagination. The declassified documents have confirmed its role in groundbreaking aviation projects, yet the gaps in our knowledge only fuel further speculation. The base stands as a monument to human ingenuity and to the mysteries that arise when we push the boundaries of science and technology. Whether it is a repository of alien secrets or merely a playground for experimental aircraft, Area 51 remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in modern history. The Roswell Incident, unraveling the mystery. A fateful day in 1947. In the summer of 1947, something happened near the town of Roswell, New Mexico, that would forever change the way we think about the unknown. Initially reported by local ranchers as the recovery of a flying disc, the event was quickly recast by the military as nothing more than a conventional weather balloon crash. However, the inconsistencies in the official explanations soon led many to question what really fell from the sky that day. Declassified reports and eyewitness testimonies. Decades later, in a series of declassified documents and interviews with eyewitnesses, details began to emerge that contradicted the official narrative. Witnesses recalled seeing debris that was unlike any conventional material, with strange metallic properties and unusual markings that defied easy explanation. Some even reported a mysterious, otherworldly glow emanating from the wreckage. The initial press release from the Roswell Army Airfield stated that a flying disc had been recovered, a statement that was quickly retracted. Over time, the shifting explanations have only deepened the mystery. For example, in the 1990s, a report by the US Air Force suggested that the debris was actually part of a secret high-altitude balloon project known as Mogul, designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. While this explanation has its supporters, many still find it unsatisfying given the conflicting eyewitness accounts and the persistence of anomalous evidence. Expert analysis, technology beyond its time. Experts in the field of aerospace and material science have been drawn to Roswell, attempting to analyze the limited samples and photographs available. Some researchers argue that the material exhibits properties that are inconsistent with known aerospace materials of the era. They point out that the construction and design of the debris suggest an advanced level of engineering that seems out of step with 1947 technology. One material scientist who has studied the case believes that the composition of the debris, if accurately described by the witnesses, is not something that could have been produced by conventional means. Although he remains cautious about jumping to extraterrestrial conclusions, he agrees that the case warrants further investigation. His statement echoes the sentiments of many. Roswell, whether through misidentification or deliberate obfuscation, continues to challenge our understanding of what is possible. The role of declassified documents. The gradual release of government documents has provided a window into the events at Roswell. These documents reveal a tangled web of shifting explanations, cover-ups, and bureaucratic indecision. While some argue that the changes in narrative are simply a result of evolving understandings of classified military projects, others see them as evidence of a deliberate attempt to hide the truth. For instance, one set of declassified memos details the rapid internal discussions within the military about how best to handle the public fallout. These documents show a clear concern about maintaining national security and preventing panic, but they also raise questions about what the military was truly afraid of. Was it simply the embarrassment of a failed experimental program, or was there something far more unsettling behind the incident? Interview insights, eyewitnesses, and investigators. Several interviews with people who were in Roswell at the time have been recorded over the years. Many of these individuals describe the incident with a mix of awe and confusion. One rancher recalls how the air seemed to crackle with electricity as the object fell, while another local resident mentions a lingering sense of unease that lasted for years afterward. Investigative journalists who have revisited the Roswell case note that the story has grown in the telling, becoming almost mythological in its proportions. They stress that while some elements of the case are likely the result of wartime paranoia and administrative error, there remains a core of mystery that defies easy explanation. What does Roswell really mean? Roswell is more than just an isolated incident. It is a symbol of the intersection between government secrecy and public curiosity. It challenges us to question the official narratives presented to us and to seek deeper truths beneath layers of bureaucracy. Whether the incident was a case of advanced military technology gone awry, a misinterpreted natural phenomenon, or something that genuinely defies our current understanding, Roswell continues to be one of the most compelling, unsolved mysteries in American history. The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa, vanished without a trace. The legend of Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa was a prominent labor union leader whose charisma and ambition made him a household name in America. As the head of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, he wielded considerable power and influence during a time when unions were at the forefront of American industry. However, on July 30, 1975, Hoffa disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Despite extensive investigations, his fate remains one of the most enduring mysteries of modern American history. the day Jimmy Hoffa vanished. On that fateful day, Hoffa was last seen near a suburban parking lot in Michigan. Witnesses recall him arriving in a black sedan, looking relaxed yet determined. What happened next is shrouded in uncertainty. Some claim that Hoffa was ambushed by rivals. Others suggest that he was the victim of a broader conspiracy involving organized crime and even government agencies. In the immediate aftermath of his disappearance, police and federal agents combed the area, searching for clues. Despite the thorough investigation, no definitive evidence was found. Over the years, rumors and theories have multiplied, ranging from Hoffa's body being hidden in a concrete foundation to it being disposed of in a remote location. Declassified files and new leads. Over time, several documents related to Hoffa's case have been declassified, providing us with fragments of the investigation that were previously hidden. These documents detail everything from internal communications among law enforcement to memos discussing potential leads that ultimately went cold. One particularly intriguing file suggests that Hoffa was last seen in the company of individuals linked to organized crime, a detail that has fueled countless theories about a mafia hit. Investigators have long speculated that Hoffa's disappearance was not a random act of violence, but a carefully orchestrated move by powerful interests. The declassified documents lend some support to this theory, showing that high-ranking officials were aware of potential connections between Hoffa and organized crime networks. However, even with these insights, the full story remains tantalizingly out of reach. Theories and expert opinions. There are several competing theories about what happened to Jimmy Hoffa. One popular theory posits that Hoffa was killed by members of a rival faction within the Union or by mobsters who were tired of his attempts to regain power. Another theory suggests that Hoffa might have cooperated with law enforcement and entered a witness protection program, only to vanish from public view. Yet another explanation is that he was the victim of a larger political conspiracy aimed at undermining the influence of labor unions during a period of significant economic and political change in America. Experts on organized crime and labor history have weighed in on the case. One retired FBI agent who spent decades investigating organized crime has stated that Hoffa's disappearance fits a pattern of mob-related hits from that era. Meanwhile, labor historians argue that Hoffa's relentless ambition made him a target for those who feared his potential return to power. These expert opinions, while varied, share a common theme. Hoffa's fate was likely not the result of a simple misfortune, but a deliberate act by powerful individuals with much to lose if he were allowed to return. The impact of Hoffa's disappearance. The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa sent shockwaves through American society. For many, Hoffa symbolized the power of the working class and the struggle for better working conditions. His sudden vanishing act not only deprived labor movements of a charismatic leader, but also left behind a trail of unanswered questions and a legacy of conspiracy theories that continue to fascinate the public. Over the decades, countless books, documentaries, and investigative reports have revisited Hoffa's case. Each new theory, each new piece of evidence, even if it only adds more questions, serves as a reminder of how one man's disappearance can transform into a cultural myth. For many, the mystery of Jimmy Hoffa is emblematic of a broader distrust in institutions and the belief that the truth is often hidden in plain sight. What we can learn from Hoffa's case. Jimmy. Hoffa's case teaches us that even in an age of advanced technology and forensic science, there are mysteries that defy resolution. It reminds us of the fragility of power and the lengths to which people will go to protect their interests. More importantly, it challenges us to ask difficult questions about the nature of justice and the extent to which secrecy and corruption can shape our society. As we continue to sift through declassified documents and interview those who remember the case, one thing remains clear. The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa is not just a story about a missing man. It is a window into a darker side of American history, where ambition, crime, and lost legends of the national parks, hidden historical narratives. Introduction to Hidden Historical Narratives. Our natural landscapes hold more than just breathtaking vistas and wildlife. Many of our national parks are steeped in legends and hidden histories, stories passed down by indigenous peoples, early settlers, and even modern explorers. These narratives blend natural science with myth and mystery, revealing secrets that have been carefully guarded by the land for centuries. In this second part of our video, we explore the lost legends of the national parks. We'll uncover secret histories, delve into indigenous legends, and examine how nature itself seems to guard its ancient stories. From mysterious rock formations to legends of supernatural guardians, our national parks offer a treasure trove of narratives waiting to be told. The natural mysteries of national parks. The national parks as living archives. National parks are not just preserved lands, they are living archives of history, culture, and myth. For indigenous peoples, these parks were, and often still are, sacred spaces imbued with spiritual significance and governed by traditions passed down through countless generations. Many parks have stories of creation, guardianship, and the interplay between the natural world and the divine. For example, in the American Southwest, the national parks are home to legends of the Anasazi and other ancient peoples. The striking rock formations, deep canyons, and mysterious ruins are not merely geological features, they are part of a larger tapestry of stories that speak of human ingenuity, struggle, and harmony with nature. Indigenous legends and oral histories. Let us begin our exploration with the voices of those who have long inhabited these lands. Indigenous legends are rich in symbolism and often provide explanations for natural phenomena that modern science is only beginning to understand. These stories were traditionally passed down orally, and though they may sometimes seem fantastical, they often encode practical knowledge about the environment. Consider the legends surrounding the Grand Canyon. Many Native American tribes view the canyon as a sacred chasm, a place where the earth and sky meet and where the spirits of their ancestors reside. Some stories speak of great floods, battles between supernatural beings, and the formation of the canyon itself as acts of divine intervention. These legends serve not only to explain natural features, but also to instill a deep respect for the land and its mysteries. Similarly, in the Pacific Northwest, the indigenous peoples have long told tales of the Sasquatch, a mysterious creature that roams the forests and mountains. While many modern cryptozoologists hunt for evidence of Bigfoot, for the local tribes, the creature is a part of their spiritual landscape, a guardian of the wild and a reminder of nature's untamed power. Lost histories and hidden treasures. Many national parks harbor stories of lost civilizations, hidden treasures, and unexplained events. In some cases, early explorers and settlers left behind cryptic messages, strange artifacts, or even entire abandoned settlements whose origins remain a mystery. These stories add an extra layer of allure to the parks, inviting us to imagine what might have once been and what secrets might still lie hidden beneath the surface. For example, consider the legend surrounding Yellowstone National Park. Beyond its famous geysers and wildlife, Yellowstone is a land of mystery. There are tales of unexplained lights in the sky, mysterious sounds echoing across the valleys, and even legends of lost treasure buried by early prospectors. Some researchers believe that the park's volcanic activity may be linked to unusual electromagnetic phenomena, which in turn have given rise to these strange legends. In the Rocky Mountains, stories of secret gold mines and hidden caches of treasure are passed down from one generation to the next. These legends speak of fortunes lost and found, of brave prospectors who risked everything in the hopes of uncovering riches, and of nature itself concealing the evidence of past glories. Whether or not any treasure truly exists, these stories capture our imagination and remind us that the natural world is full of secrets waiting to be discovered, mysterious natural phenomena. In addition to human legends, the parks themselves exhibit natural phenomena that seem almost otherworldly. The interplay of light and rock, the eerie quiet of deep forests, and the sudden appearance of strange weather patterns all contribute to a sense of mystery. Take, for example, the phenomenon of the singing rocks found in certain parts of the Southwest. Visitors to some national parks have reported hearing eerie, musical tones emanating from rock formations, sounds that seem to defy the silent nature of stone. Scientists have proposed various explanations for this phenomenon, from wind-induced vibrations to the unique acoustic properties of the rock itself. Yet to many, these singing rocks are a reminder that nature has its own language, a language full of secrets and subtle messages. Another fascinating example is the sudden and unexplained appearance of mirages and ghostly lights in national parks. In the vast deserts of the American Southwest, mirages can create illusions of water and distant oases that vanish as quickly as they appear. These optical phenomena, though scientifically understandable as the bending of light through layers of hot air, have inspired countless legends of phantom lakes and mystical realms hidden just beyond our vision. Bridging science and myth. What makes these national park legends so captivating is the delicate balance between scientific explanation and myth. On one hand, modern science has provided us with tools and theories that can explain many of the natural phenomena we observe. On the other hand, these scientific explanations do not diminish the cultural and spiritual significance of the stories. In fact, they often add another layer of depth, inviting us to consider how the mysteries of the natural world can inspire human creativity and belief. For instance, the geological processes that create the breathtaking formations in Yosemite or the Grand Canyon are well understood by geologists. Yet, for many indigenous peoples and local communities, these formations are not just the product of millions of years of erosion, they are the work of gods, spirits, or ancient magic. By bridging the gap between scientific understanding and myth, we gain a fuller appreciation of how humans interpret the wonders of nature. Expert interviews. The voices of the land. To truly appreciate the lost legends of our national parks, it is essential to hear from the people who know these lands best. Anthropologists, historians, and indigenous elders have dedicated their lives to studying the oral histories and traditions associated with these sacred places. One renowned indigenous elder explains that every rock, tree, and stream in his ancestral homeland has a story. Our legends are not mere fairy tales, he says, but living narratives that connect us to our ancestors and to the spirit of the land. His words remind us that the mystery of national parks is not just about what is hidden in the earth, but about the deep, unbroken connection between people and nature. Historians have also found that early explorers left behind journals filled with descriptions of strange and wondrous sights. These accounts, often dismissed as exaggeration at the time, have gained new credibility when viewed alongside modern scientific observations. An explorer's diary from the 1800s might describe a fiery dance in the sky over a canyon, a phenomenon that modern scientists would attribute to a rare meteorological event, yet which continues to inspire awe and wonder. The intersection of government secrets and natural mysteries. A unified narrative of mystery. At first glance, government secrets and national park legends might seem to belong to entirely different worlds. One is filled with shadowy government, facilities, declassified files, and unsolved disappearances. The other is steeped in natural beauty, indigenous wisdom, and the timeless mysteries of the earth. Yet both share a common thread, a sense that there is always more beneath the surface than meets the eye. Both realms remind us that truth is often hidden behind layers of secrecy, whether imposed by governments or woven into the fabric of nature by ancient hands. In both cases, our quest for answers leads us to question the official narratives and to seek out stories that resonate on a deeply human level. How secrets shape our understanding of history. When the government hides certain facts or when nature conceals its secrets in legends, our understanding of history becomes a puzzle with many missing pieces. These mysteries compel us to look closer, to ask probing questions, and to consider alternative explanations. They challenge our assumptions about what we know and push us to explore new ideas. For example, consider the way the Roswell Incident and the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa have influenced our collective imagination. These events are not isolated stories. They are reflections of a broader cultural context in which authority is questioned and the possibility of hidden truths is always present. Similarly, the legends of national parks remind us that history is not just a record of events. It is also a tapestry of myths, beliefs, and traditions that shape how communities see the world. The power of declassified documents and oral histories. One of the most compelling aspects of these mysteries is the way in which both declassified government documents and oral histories from indigenous peoples reveal the hidden layers of our past. Declassified files offer us glimpses into the inner workings of government agencies and the lengths to which authorities will go to protect sensitive information. They reveal a world where information is power and where the truth is sometimes deemed too dangerous for public consumption. At the same time, oral histories and indigenous legends offer a different kind of insight, one that is rich in symbolism, spirituality, and the human connection to the land. These narratives, passed down through generations, encapsulate a wealth of knowledge about the natural world that is often overlooked by conventional science. When we combine these two sources of information, we get a more nuanced picture of our history, one that is as much about belief and mystery as it is about facts and figures. The role of modern technology. In our modern age, technology has transformed the way we uncover and share these mysteries. High-resolution satellite imagery, ground-penetrating radar, and digital archives have made it easier than ever to examine declassified documents and to explore hidden sites in national parks. Meanwhile, social media and online communities allow us to share stories and theories, sparking new discussions and inspiring fresh investigations. For example, recent advancements in drone technology have allowed amateur explorers to survey remote areas of national parks, capturing footage of mysterious geological formations and previously unknown ruins. Similarly, new forensic techniques have enabled investigators to re-examine evidence from cases like the Roswell Incident and Jimmy Hoffa's disappearance, breathing new life into old mysteries. Conclusion: the endless quest for truth. Reflecting on the journey. As we reach the end of our exploration today, we are left with more questions than answers. The stories of Area 51, Roswell, and Jimmy Hoffa remind us that even in an age of unprecedented technological advancement, there remain mysteries that defy explanation. Likewise, the lost legends of our national parks show us that nature itself is a keeper of secrets, holding within its landscapes stories that are as old as time. Our journey has taken us from the secret corridors of government facilities to the wild, untamed frontiers of our natural heritage. We have seen how declassified documents and eyewitness testimonies can open windows into the past, and how indigenous oral histories preserve knowledge that modern science has yet to fully understand. What do these mysteries teach us? First and foremost, they remind us of the importance of curiosity and open-mindedness. Whether we are examining government secrets or ancient legends, we must be willing to look beyond the surface, to question what we are told, and to embrace the unknown. It is through this lens of inquiry that we continue to learn and grow as a society. In the end, the truth remains elusive. Government secrets may still be hidden, and nature may continue to guard its ancient legends. But that uncertainty is what makes our quest for knowledge so exciting. Each new discovery, each declassified file, and every whispered legend brings us one step closer to understanding the world around us. Thank you for joining us on this exploration into the unknown. From the deserts of Nevada to the vast wilderness of our national parks, remember, every shadow holds a secret, and every legend has a kernel of truth. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your mind curious. This is Snapply signing off. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into government secrets and lost legends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story. We'll be back soon with more mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Stay curious and see you in the next video.